Concordia, Integristas, Industria. Harmony, integrity, industry is the Rothschild dynasty family motto. We'll see how true that is. Welcome to Al-ascent. Today, we're going to be talking about the Rothschild family. If you've ever heard of the Rothschilds, then you've heard of the old and dark rumors surrounding their unfathomable wealth. From their origins to twisted traditions and shady businesses, to where they are today, enjoy. Let's get to it. Now, when you think of old money and powerful families, names like the Rockefellers, Vanderbilts, Gettys, and the Rothschilds come up first. These families or dynasties are so exceptional and noteworthy because of their dizzying wealth and their ability to hold on for so long to their wealth and family companies. The Rothschild dynasty is one of the oldest and wealthiest families in the world, and one of the most influential. They almost single-handedly financed the British during the war, but we'll get to that later. One of the most outlandish rumors about the Rothschilds is that they're worth over $500 trillion, and that they'd once held over 80% of the world's total wealth. They've also been associated with theories about the terrifying Illuminati, the New World Order, and all types of world domination and dark money groups that are behind the world governments and basically control our future. Is any of that true? We'll find out later in the video. If you don't know who the Rothschild family is, they're basically the stuff of legend. Old money, corruption, family rivalries, and even incest. But we'll get to that in a second. They were once and still remain one of the imposing forces that molded how our world looks today. From railways to the Suez Canal, they had their hands in everything. Before they were blamed for conspiracy theories, such as encouraging or discouraging wars, funding the Holocaust, and assassinating U.S. presidents. And before they were one of the loudest voices in politics, capable of even shifting World War II. The Rothschilds actually had a really humble beginning. The patriarch of the dynasty, Mayor AMSCHEL Rothschild, who's the founding father of international finance and several generations-long banking dynasty, grew up in Germany's Frankfurt's Jewish ghetto. He was born in 1744, and despite all the setbacks that he encountered, he somehow became Europe's leading banker. Not only that, but for the majority of the 19th century, the Rothschild family was the richest family in the world. Their all-consuming wealth began accumulating after Mayor AMSCHEL's success in founding a banking business in Frankfurt in the 1760s by using his experience from working at a bank and his charming personality. He gained popularity with nobles and the elite of the world, and he was soon the patriarch of banking in Europe. Out of all his 5 sons, his third son, Nathan, was the most significantly successful, taking over and expanding international finance. He would also make great philanthropic contributions to the Jewish community and help them expand to other populations in Paris and London. Now, this is the part where things get a little twisted. The reason the Rothschild name at a point was synonymous with wealth and power, and not unlike how the ancient royal pharaohs and the fictional Lannisters kept their bloodlines pure. The Rothschild family married amongst themselves. This unique family tradition was so notorious that a 2003 issue of Discover magazine published an article called "Go Ahead, Kiss Your Cousin," revealing the family's strange customs. This was even detailed in Mayer Rothschild's will when he died. He left strict guidelines for how his family should handle their finances, and he firmly wanted to keep the fortune within the family. He literally arranged his affairs so that his descendants had to marry their cousins unless they wanted to be taken off his inheritance. And the female Rothschilds had it worse. Without a direct inheritance, they had no prospects of partners with the same social stature and religion, except other Rothschilds. Even Mayer's direct granddaughter would marry his other grandsons, and one married her uncle. So following how the Rothschilds came to own these insane amounts of money and influence, let's go back to Nathan Rothschild, who co-founded the Alliance Assurance Company, which is still thriving today under the name RSA Insurance Group. Nathan had the rights to the Almaden mines from the Spanish government. By 1835, he had established a European monopoly on mercury. The Rothschild banks, of course, were thriving as well. They had branches all over Europe, and it's owed to the N.M. Rothschild & Sons Limited how several wars were won. It's believed that the Rothschilds decided the outcome of the Napoleonic Wars by financing Britain. See, during the Napoleonic Wars, the company funded several subsidies that the British government sent, as well as financed British troops, so they nearly single-handedly financed the British war effort. Eventually, all these politics, wars, and internal family rivalries ate away at the Rothschild fortune for the next 100 years. The previously successful Naples branch of their bank would close in 1863, followed by the closing of the Frankfurt branch in 1901 due to the lack of male heirs. The Vienna branch would follow in 1938, and this was during the events leading up to World War II. The Nazis had invaded Austria at the time, and the Vichy government in France seized Rothschild Bordeaux property, while the Nazis took away millions of dollars worth of art from the Austrian branch of the family. Most of these items would be returned by the Austrian government in 1998, but the damage to their influence and reputation was done. Then, their infamous palatial estates were donated to the French and British governments and different organizations and universities. How are you liking this video? If you're enjoying this video so far, please leave a like. And if you like learning about topics like these and even more interesting topics, make sure you subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell. Let's get on with the video. Let's step into the 21st century as the Rothschilds. So their impressive family wealth has been divided among hundreds of descendants and heirs over the years. They still have plenty of holdings, including holdings in real estate, mining, energy, financial services, and philanthropy. They have over a dozen wineries in Europe, North America, South Africa, and Australia, which they've held for over 150 years. Before we get into our last points about the Rothschilds, answer this one question. Did you know who the wealthiest family in the world is? Let us know your answers in the comments, and we'll reveal the answer at the end of the video. Make sure to subscribe and leave a comment if you liked this video. Also, press the bell button below if you don't want to miss any more videos like this. Now, the answer to the question at the beginning of our video. Are or were the Rothschilds worth $500 trillion? And did they hold more than 80% of the world's wealth? As exciting as it would have been for that last answer to be yes, the ultimate truth is no. Once they were very wealthy, but their fortunes have dramatically dwindled over the decades. They might have been the richest family during the 19th century, but now, hands down and without competition, the Waltons are the richest family in the world, with a net worth of $215 billion. If you want to compare them, take the Rothschild Group's annual revenue in 2015 was about $500 million, while Walmart had an annual revenue of a staggering $500 billion. Believe it or not, only one Rothschild is a billionaire, and he ranks number 1,851 on Forbes' annual billionaires list, a legacy Meyer Rothschild would have no doubt raged about. Banker Baron Benjamin de Rothschild, a member of the French branch of the family, currently has a net worth of about $1.5 billion. So, he's the richest individual Rothschild. From the English branch of the family, Jacob Rothschild, 4th Baron Rothschild, is the closest in wealth, with a net worth of $969 million. The reason this family's wealth has been so exaggerated is because they have often been the target of anti-Semitic conspiracy theorists. It's safe to say they don't have $500 trillion in their bank account, or anything close to it, and they don't have as much as 80% of the world's wealth. Take this as proof. Just in 2019, the world's total wealth was estimated to be about $380 trillion. This doesn't even come close to what the Rothschild allegedly has. But are they part of the Illuminati? Well, no one really knows if anyone's part of the Illuminati. But with the global effect the Rothschilds had at one point, who knows? And that is a wrap on the Rothschild. What did you think of this prominent family? Comment your answer down below. Also, make sure to leave us a like, share this video with your friends, and also subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. We hope you enjoyed our video, and we'll see you next time for more. Take care.